Wow. That's the real question. Okay. I have like the video open on another screen, so I'm gonna see if it like if we're there. It says we're waiting for me. Oh, wait. Oh, we're there.
How do
Okay,
I
wait, let
see
me see.
comments or like if anyone's on? Do you have to open in another screen?
I don't know. I can see comments. And I also can't see if anyone has joined. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Let me see if I can view it on YouTube.
Okay, I have it open on YouTube. But it doesn't say if
We're
anyone's
just looking at each other.
See, I'm a grandma. I don't know how technology works.
Me neither, honestly. I'm also a grandma. Okay, it says one watching, but it's probably just you or me.
I think it's me.
Yeah, so yeah, it's probably you. Um, okay, that's fine. Okay, so then oh wait, how do I do? Oh, okay. Do you see that what I just put up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put like if I do that. Oh yay.
Cute.
Okay, so I guess you can see it, or I can see it on this little chat here. Because I just saw it pop up on the chat in live, so it's probably just the same thing.
Okay, because I don't see comments. I just see the pinned comment that you have.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can see the chat. Okay, whatever. We're talking about this too much.
If someone's here, hi.
I know, right? It's like no one's here. Well, this is gonna be saved on my channel, right?
Yeah, you just have to save it at the end, I think. Honestly, I don't know, but I think
Me
so.
neither. Maybe I'll skip this one. Maybe we'll save another one. The second one. Whatchamacallit? Let me see. So what book did you decide to read?
I'm gonna start from Blood and Ash. Yeah,
I was
I read
gonna
the first chapter and I really liked it. So I think I'll read this because I just haven't been able to stop reading like romance books lately. And I was like, I need fantasy with like heavy romance if I'm gonna read
yeah,
it right now. So I think this will be good.
that makes sense. Oh, okay, wait. There's a little thing. Click on your thing and put it on full screen. Can you do that?
Where is that?
Mine had like a little. Let me see if I can show you. With my
Maybe
phone.
it's because I'm on my iPad and not a computer,
Oh,
but
maybe.
I just see like turn off my camera.
Look, oh god, this is gonna be weird. Wait, right at the bot, like this is what I can see. This is my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can't see any of that on mine.
And then right here, I have a little thing to make it bigger. And then here I can see that there's one person watching.
Oh my goodness,
It,
how'd you do
it
that?
might be you though. Again. Or it might be me actually because I have it open on another screen. But yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you if there's people watching, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, no. So far, nobody. Okay. So okay, so then when we read or whatever, I can put there the time frame, like you said, like read until this time, right?
Okay, perfect.
Also, I don't know if to continue reading Cemetery Boys because I've been reading it, but honestly, it's been like not my favorite, or to start Deadly Education.
I think you should start Deadly Education.
Yeah.
Because I saw your post earlier about Cemetery Boys, and you shouldn't push yourself to read it.
Honestly, I don't know why. Like, oh, I don't have a bookmark. Wait, did I put a bookmark in here? Oh, wait, actually, this is a special edition. It comes with a little bookmark.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Whoosh. Saved by the bookmark. Okay, no.
I want to order that so bad, but I can't convince myself to spend $30 on a book that's like 200 pages long. I don't know. It just looks short.
It does look short. $3.24.
I don't know. It just looks short.
It does look short. $3.24, but you know.
Yeah, that's short.
About the same.
For like $30? I don't know.
It comes with a pin too. That helps. A $10 pin. You know. I know. I feel the same way, but and you know what? It's gonna suck even more if I don't like it.
Well, it's weird because the idea sounds so good, but I've been seeing a lot of controversial things
I
about it.
agree. There was some comment about dreadlocks and something like that.
About how like bugs that crawl in the dreadlock hair and stuff,
God, no,
like
yeah.
making it sound, I don't know, it just seemed distasteful. But I don't know, I haven't read it, and also I don't feel like I could judge it, you know.
Yeah, and apparently Owlcrate said that they had read a different manuscript that did not involve that line. So when
Really?
they approved it for their box, it didn't have that. So then when it came out with that, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I didn't, you know, like they didn't know." Which I mean, it's really not their fault, but yeah, that's I don't get why the author would include that kind of comment. That seems really out of pocket.
Yeah, and I read her other, I didn't read, so I read Spinning Silver, Not Uprooted, and there was nothing problematic in that. So I thought she was, I don't know.
I haven't read any of her other work. This is the first book I have from her, so I'm hoping
I like
it's
her
not.
writing style a lot.
Yeah. Let me see. Maybe flip to a random page. All right. Ooh, you know, I saw this thing with Nick Stone, the author of Dear Martin and Dear Justice and a bunch of other books. And I was on a live thing with her and Lemony Snicket, the author of A Series of Unfortunate Events. So we were there, and Lemony Snicket was like, "Oh, there's this something called Book Fortune or something book. I don't remember what it was called, but basically, like, if someone's having a problem or something's going on, you just pick up a random book and you just go to a random page and you pick a random line and you just say that to that person, and that's what they should do for that thing that they have a problem with. So, like, I don't know, say something random, and then I would just like give you a random page. Go, 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 go.
I'm worried about a test I have to take tomorrow.
I got you. Ready? Okay.
Don't spoil yourself, though. You know.
I won't. Okay. Well, then I'll do this book. All right. Okay. Ready? Well, you know. Does it really go?
New page.
Wait, hold on. I'm sure I can find something on this page. Damn, when's the last time you cleaned under your bed?
Beautiful.
I hope that helps you with everything.
I'm gonna ace my test.
You know what? Hold on. Jane Austen probably has something to say about this. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. I almost dropped everything. Okay. This giant book has to have something in it that's worthy of studying, right? Okay, here we go. Yes, if you and Mr. Woodhouse see no objection, and I trust you cannot, my father hopes his friends will be so kind as to visit him there.
How many Jane Austens have you read?
I've been trudging my way through Pride and Prejudice for the past month. That's it. I haven't read any of her other ones. I'm not a big classic reader just because I'm not very good at that. So just like like when I read it, it's like I don't know, it's slow for me. So Like, it takes me a while, not because it's not like, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just that the language is so different than what I'm used to, so I just have to my brain has to process a little bit more, and, but they're still fun to read. I like it. I've been reading Pride and Prejudice, and I honestly I'm starting to think that it's like, kind of a comedy. It has a lot of funny parts,
Really? I
but
love
it's probably
the
not a
movie.
comedy. Huh?
The movie is my favorite. I love it so much.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to watch it after I'm done reading it, but I've
Oh,
been
you
stuck
haven't seen
reading
it?
it. No.
Oh my, it's literally incredible. The angst and like the tension between them in the movie, it's crazy. It's so good.
I've heard everybody loves it. You're talking about the new one, right? The one on Netflix,
Yeah,
the
like
2005 one?
2004, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometime.
There's like so many iterations of it, but
But this is like
yeah.
the Pride and Prejudice movie.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. To finish this but like I'm still like halfway through act 2 of 3. So, and I've been annotating it. Been putting like can you see that? No.
Oh
You see
wow.
it? Like little
So you're like
there you go.
studying it. That's why it's taking you so long.
Yes. I'm analyzing it. I'm like looking through it and being like, oh, okay, but it's not more like it's not like, oh, how what literary elements are in this, not like that. No. It's more like, is this funny? Is this quotable? Is this character development? Is this important? Do I hate this line? Do I think this is stupid? Kind of like that. Because those are my categories. My categories are, and I got this from, what is her name?
I have the same sticky tabs as you, so maybe I'll take your
Yay! These are so
maybe I'll
cheap on
take
Amazon.
I know they're perfect.
There's like a 4-pack or something, a 3-pack.
Hmm.
Yeah. I got it from, oh my goodness, my brain's drawing a blank. Christy? It's important that I remember this because because I just can't let things go. Cassandra. Okay, her name's Cassie Reeds.
Oh, I follow her.
Yeah. So I had seen that she did it and she talked about it once, and I copied her categories. So pink is love, orange is hate, yellow is important, green is funny, blue is sad, purple is quotes, and the light purple is like exciting and surprise. I don't know if I want to keep with these categories specifically. There's a few that I haven't really used, and I guess I mean this is the only book I've annotated so far. So maybe it's just because of the book that I'm reading, but um yeah. So anyway, no one is on. So shall we read?
I'm so sad because I had like 4 people say they were coming on.
Same. Yeah, I had a few people say, I think it was only like 2 besides you. Let me check. But let me see. Yeah, I had 2 people besides you say yes. Say of course because I put of course and they're like, of course. So I'm like, where y'all at? But it's okay.
I know. I mean, we
Yeah.
still get to read, so.
I was gonna read anyway, so it's okay.
True. What else do we do? It's just more fun
Okay.
to read with other people, and I feel like with the intervals of like reading, I get way more done than if I just sit down without a goal.
That's a good point. That's a point. That's what I do with studying. I read for or study for 25 and break for 5.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna put a timer
Alrighty.
for
Do you want to do 20?
20 minutes, yeah. And we can mute ourselves, right? Okay. Okay, 20-minute timer. So 7:14. Read until 34, right? Okay. Alrighty. Happy reading. All right. Been 20 minutes. Oh, it says we have another viewer. It says we have 2 people watching. Unless you
Do
have yours
we?
open. That
No, I
should be
don't.
1 person. Who are
Comment.
you? Announce yourself. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
comment. Because I don't have it open.
No, yeah, comment. Yeah, let me add a 10-minute timer. Yeah,
So
let
how
me
many
put
pages did you read?
I'm a very slow reader. 13.
Nice. I think I read like 8. The font's so small in this book. I'm like,
Yeah,
each page
in
is
this
like
one too.
2. Yeah.
And that book is huge already. So
Did you read it?
no, I just bought it and I'm going to read it. Oh, hey! Book for romance.
What are you reading?
Yeah, what are you reading? Oh, by the way, I'm reading A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik.
And I'm reading From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Have you read anything by this author?
No, and I know she's like super famous and all that. I haven't gotten into her books yet. That's the first one I bought for her, and I'm gonna read it next month
Oh, are
probably.
you doing
Or hmm?
Books for Romance commented that she finished Power of Hades. You're doing the paranormal romance readathon. I want to start that, but probably tomorrow. It's really short, right?
Do you like it? Did you like it? I guess because you're done, right? I haven't read any of those. I have no idea what readathon you're talking about. I haven't
It's
heard of that.
hosted. It's hosted by. Do you follow Jess from Peace Love Books?
I don't think so. Probably not.
She's a romance channel. She's great, and I think she's. I don't know who the other hosts are, but I know she's hosting it for sure.
I'm not a big romance reader. Typically I read thrillers and just literary fiction, stuff like that. And
Those
now
are
I've
my.
been reading
I don't like
fantasy.
literary fiction at all.
Really? You said those are
I
your least favorites?
Well, I like thrillers, but I think I like horror a little more. But like everything I read has to have romance in it, or I lose interest.
That's a good point. Yeah, because it feels like there has to be some sort of character development and like relationships. Like I get that. Yeah.
I mean, like I love fantasy, but I love when there's like love triangle or something. Like I said, I've read like only romance this whole month. I think I read like 12 romance books on Kindle
Wow.
Unlimited.
Yeah. I This whole month I've read mainly thrillers and some fantasy here and there, and a few of it has like a little bit of romance, but like, like Court of Thorns and Roses, if you can really call that romance. It has romance in there. There's a lot of flirting.
Have you have you read the whole
I
series or
This
just
past
the
month I
first
just
book?
finished A Court of Wings and Ruin. So that's the third one. Yeah,
Okay,
and
you've read all 3. Well, the second one
I
is
mean
like
the
a
second
romance book.
one is essentially a romance book. And then the third one, the one I just read, it was so much flirting that it might as well be a romance too. Um, like it was just all flirting all the time. And but yeah, I haven't really. I mean, what do you? It looks like so she recommends romances too. Shush. She recommends romances too. So what is like your top romance? Like either author or book, like top romance books.
Oh my gosh. Favorite authors? Let's see. Talia Hibbert. She's incredible. She's also a Black author, and I'm really trying to read more inclusive.
Yeah.
She is incredible. Alyssa Cole's amazing too.
I've heard of Alyssa Cole. Did she do? Is that the author for When No One Is Watching? Okay,
Which
yeah.
I started and then I stopped reading. I need to
How did
finish.
my brain just do that? I don't remember things.
No, that was
Sorry.
amazing. Yeah, that was her first thriller that she did. Because she's
Cool.
typically a romance author.
Mhm, mhm.
Who else is really good?
Oh, she said, so JLA, Mariana Zapata, I haven't heard of that
Oh
one, but
my
she sounds
gosh.
Hispanic.
Tilly Cole is
Tilly
amazing.
Cole.
What did I just read by her? It Ain't Me, Babe. That book was incredible. It's like a cult romance. Oh, it's so
Ooh.
it's a motorcycle too, like Motorcycle
Okay, you
Club.
guys are gonna get me into romance. It's happening. It's
Yeah,
happening. I think I'm gonna because
very
I want to read a lot of fantasy, so I can get some ideas from a book and all that. But after that, probably starting maybe February. Ha, that'd be a good time, right? February, so I can start reading more romance and incorporate that because yeah, I really haven't ventured into the romance field
Do
as
you
much.
have Kindle Unlimited?
I don't have Kindle Unlimited, no. Or is it? I don't know. Sometimes I'm on Kindle or I'm on Amazon, and then it says that it's free. Sometimes, like you can
So
borrow it or something. Is that what
yeah,
it is?
I was able to get Kindle Unlimited 3 months for $10. That was like the offer that I got in the beginning, but now I pay $10 a month for it. But it's worth it.
Oh no, no. I mean, like sometimes the book is free. Like sometimes I'm scrolling and there's like free
Oh yeah.
books, like good books, like like there's
Oh,
a bunch of Colleen Hoover books that are like
two
free.
romances that are free right now. What's your name booked for romance? two two Penelope Douglas books are free right now. Punk 57 and Birthday Girl. So if you don't have those, you should get them. Um,
Okay, I'm
but
gonna
she's a
rewatch
romance
this
reader,
so I
so she's
can
probably read them.
get all
But
these names down.
do you like Hate to Loves? Like when the characters
Yeah,
leave?
I just finished reading The Unhoneymooners.
Oh, I read that. That's very cute.
Such a good book.
Yeah.
I was smiling the entire way, and at the end, I was just like giddy. I was like, "Oh, I love it!" And
Carrie.
it was
Her
sweet.
name's
Oh,
Carrie.
her name's Carrie. I don't know people's names either.
In the Unhoneymooners, the scene when they're like getting changed in the tiny room,
Hmm.
I laughed
Oh
so
yeah, that one
at
was
that
hilarious.
scene.
I cracked up, and she like slipped. Oh my god, it was funny. It was funny. Oh,
Of course,
Carrie, you read it too? Hmm?
I said, of course, Carrie's read that. Romance with
Right? Yeah.
those are two of Penelope Douglas's best books.
Nice.
Have you read
Yeah.
Credence?
Which
Carrie?
one?
Credence by Penelope Douglas. It's another romance.
Nope. I don't know. She
Man,
said I love that.
I love romance books so much, and it's so hard because I feel like no one ever reads the same stuff that I do.
Yeah, I look, I'm gonna be honest, okay? The reason I get turned off by romance sometimes is I can't stomach the covers.
Really?
To me, they're not like they're not appealing to me. I don't really like when there's people on covers. I don't have a problem with it. Like I'll read a book with a person on the cover. It's not a big deal, but it's like it's not calling out to me, you know what I mean? It's just like some random washboard ab guy. It's like I don't really care much for that. Or some lady with like some elegant dress flowing in the wind and her hair is all like this. Like that's really how they all are.
That's not though. Okay, one second.
No.
I want to answer Carrie's comment. She asked if Credence is good. I haven't read Credence, but I want to read it because it's a reverse harem, which is like a love octagon. I'm here for that. I love when.
Jeez. She said it could be a little much. Yeah, probably.
I'm here for problematic romance.
You're like the more drama, the better.
I just finished the Elite King series, which is a dark romance. I would recommend, and those covers are beautiful. It's
Hmm?
by Amo Jones, and I want to buy the paperbacks because they are so pretty. Oh my gosh.
So what's a dark romance compared to a regular romance?
It has like super dark elements, whether it's like trauma or like murder, just
Like
things like
I'll
that.
kill that guy and then we'll be in love, like kind of like that.
No, I don't know how to define it. How would you define dark romances? I think it's just anything with like I would say it's like a thriller and a romance had a baby, but not really.
Is it like what happens in like A Court of Thorns and Roses where it's like no,
That's not a dark romance. That's a
no.
fantasy romance. I mean, like dark romances are like messed up sometimes. Like maybe the main character comes from like a very abusive past and like
Okay.
the hero's kind of helping her get out of that or I mean, it could be a
Or like somebody with like Stockholm syndrome falling for their captor kind of deal.
yeah, yeah, that's dark too. There's just so
Okay.
many different tropes that fall into dark romance. But that's my favorite.
My dog
Because
is
sometimes
looking at me like
sometimes with like normal romances that are kind of contemporary without like the dramatic themes, I get a little bored because it's like all
yeah.
they're doing the whole thing. Like once they fall in love, it's like
It's like
what
it's
now?
boring after that. Like, okay, you love each
Oh
other.
yeah, drug abuse. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, that makes sense.
I just read
Okay.
Ecstasy by KV Rose, and that was a really good. It was a love triangle, and it had a lot of drug use, and it was really sad. I felt like it was pretty realistic because they were really struggling.
Mob Boss.
Mafia
Oh yeah.
romances are so good.
Those sound so good. I need to get into this genre. There's like so much untapped potential here for my reading pleasure that I need to really get
I'm
into.
telling you, because I have to read my physical TBR, but every day I like see another Kindle romance that's free, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna read this real quick.
Listen, I have where is it? That entire shelf, that whole shelf is TBR.
Oh
The
my
whole
god.
thing. So I don't yeah, I don't know if I really have time to be adding to that, but I'm still gonna do it. So it's okay.
Well, just like throw a romance in once a week. You can read it in like 2 or 3 hours, and
That's
then
a good point, and it's a good palate cleanser between all this fantasy I keep reading.
yeah,
So
for sure.
cool. All right, let's head into our next 20 minutes for reading.
Alrighty.
Let me take this off.
Wait, real quick. What are you starting now since you finished Hades?
Oh yeah, Carrie, what are you starting? Fable. That's coming
Oh,
up. That's my first read of November.
I
So
want
I will read it in
so
2 days.
bad.
I got the NetGalley for the second book. So that's why I'm reading it.
No way,
Mhm.
nice.
I know. It just showed up in my email. It was like, "Do you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, so yes. Okay. Carrie, what are you going to be reading now? Is that what you're going to be reading, Fable? Or is that just a day? Okay. Sounds good. I haven't heard it. But all right. Let's get started. Also, my dog is now behind me.
So cute.
Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. 20 minutes are up.
How's your book?
Also, we have a new viewer.
Really?
Who are you? Tell us. Also, it's cold in here. I got cold.
I'm like sweating. I don't know why it's so hot in our apartment right now because it's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, what? Do you have the heater on?
No.
Well,
So how many pages
I read
did
about
you
the
read?
same amount of pages, like 13, 12,
Do you
13.
like it?
It's so much background so far. I don't have an opinion yet. Like it's literally like paragraphs, like just like the entire thing is just paragraphs, paragraphs, paragraphs. I feel like I don't know, reading a history book, but there's no dialogue so far. There's like been like two people talking, and but like the information's interesting. It's just a lot of information, but I like it so far. How about you?
Yeah, I'm like reading barely anything. I think I read like 7 pages this sprint. But the beginning was super info dumpy like your book, but now there's like interaction, so it's like better.
That's good. At least something's happening. Because so far, let's see, I'm on page. I just started the second chapter, so I'm on page 25. Um, so the first chapter was 24 pages, so you
Oh
can
my
get an
gosh.
understanding. Yeah. So that was. I mean, it was not bad. It's just a lot of information. Carrie read about 10 pages. Who is the third person? Who is on here
I'm
besides
not on anymore.
us? Who are you? Show yourself. Chat. Tell us in the chat what your name is and what you're reading and what your favorite color is. I don't know. Well, yeah. So what's it called? I don't know. The information again, like I said, is very interesting. People are comparing this book to like Harry Potter in the style, just like school magic, all that. There's very little similarities to the actual book, though. So, in case anybody wondered. Hi, the TBR Diaries. Who's that? I don't know who that is. What's your name? Your given name. Unless you don't want to tell us, that's okay too. And what are you reading? And anything else that you want to tell us?
I'm just looking up Carrie a Duchess a Day because I haven't heard of that before.
The Year of the Witching. I haven't
Oh my
heard of
gosh, I
that
want to
book.
read that one so badly.
I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh my gosh. Do you like it? I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Oh, okay. I lied. I have seen it. I've seen that cover for sure. Oh yeah. Do you like it?
That's another one though I haven't bought yet because it's $25 for the book.
Sylvie. Hi, Sylvie. I'm Jess, and so is she. She's also Jess. We're both Jess. Is your full name Jessica?
Me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Because some people's like
Is yours?
Jasenia or something. Yeah, yeah.
Is it one of the
On that.
Read Right Now books on NetGalley? I just got approved for a historical romance on NetGalley. It's called Her Lady to Love, and it's a female.
Ooh, Her Lady to Love.
I've just never seen a historical romance that's queer ever.
That's a good point. I mean, I'm sure the stories exist. They just don't really write about them.
Yeah, I just haven't seen them. So I requested that and somehow got approved because I've only reviewed one book on NetGalley before. So
I have 3, and they're all pending. 3-star for yeah. Okay. Would you consider? Have you heard of the book, The Vanishing Half?
I don't think so.
It's
It
about
sounds familiar, but
The Vanishing Half. It's by Britt Bennett.
Oh,
and it's about two black girls who are very light skinned, and one lives her life as a white girl, and the other one lives her life as a black girl. So like the one is passing for white, right? And so in the story, it's technically a historical romance, and in it there's some queer stories in there too. They have like a
oh,
trans character and stuff like that.
I'll put that on
Um
my TBR.
yeah, because it's like in the, I don't know what year it's in.
I've
It's set
seen this
in.
cover. I've
You've
seen the
seen it,
cover.
right?
I think
Yeah,
that
it's
came
been
out.
all over book stuff. But yeah, that's a good story. It's and then it has some queer elements. It's not the main part of the story, but it's there's side characters that are queer. But yeah, I'd like to see more queer stories. I feel like nowadays we're starting to get more, at least like mainstream, like Cemetery Boys, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like um, they're starting to become more popular, so that's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think it's important for them to make books with queer characters that aren't just romance books, you know? Like where that's
Hmm.
not the only thing that's
Right,
defining
right.
them. Like
Yeah.
fantasy books where they just happen to be like I read Girl Serpent Thorn and there's
Oh
a very
yeah.
small romance, like the romance is very small in the book, but it's lesbian. But like it's not the main focus of the book and I liked that a lot.
Yeah, it's good that like it's good when they make the characters gay or lesbian or whatever, and they don't make a big deal about it, which is a good thing that they do in The Vanishing Half. It just is. You don't need to talk about it like extensively or whatever. It just is a part of life, and
It's
I
more normal.
appreciate that kind of take on it because it just normalizes it more, and that's really I like seeing that's refreshing. So
Yeah, I agree.
um Sylvie said it's a good read, pretty early on, but still good Halloweeny one. It's a good
Oh, I
creepy
love
forest.
forest
Ooh,
settings in books.
that's yeah. I would be creeped out. I get scared so easily. Like I can't. Like whenever I read haunted stories or haunted house stories, and there's always like I heard a creaking of the whatever. I'm always like because my house creaks. It's the thing the house do. And then like it just and all of a sudden I'll hear something like on the roof and I'm like, what is that? It's like a bird. I'm like, oh my god, it'll be the middle of the day too. I'll just be going crazy like
This month I
yeah.
read The Shadows by Alex North. I I
Mhm.
think I told you because you read the
A Whisper Man, yeah.
Whisper Man.
Mhm.
I haven't read that one, but I read this one and it was so good. I mean, I gave it 3.5 stars, but like it's better now that I think about it because I was like laying in bed last night and I'm like thinking about it, you know, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, I'm kind of scared right now. But in the morning,
Right.
I was like, no, this isn't scary, but yeah, because it's
For
so
me, I
realistic
was
to me.
yeah, like I was reading the Whisper Man, right? And it's not like a horror book or anything. It's a thriller more than anything, but it has like its moments where it's like a little freaky and not freaky, creepy. And you know what I mean. And then so like I was reading it. I was in the vet's office waiting for my dog to come out of the vet, and I was sitting in my car because they're doing COVID and whatever, so we had to sit in the car. Anyway, I'm reading the book. It's like the middle of the day, and I'm reading about like he's like in his bedroom and he hears noises and this and that. And I'm like, I hear like leaves rustling outside, and I'm like, like looking over my shoulder, like, oh my god, what if somebody pops out? Because I'm in my car by myself and I had the windows down and I'm like sitting like sideways and I'm like just looking behind me, like, okay, what if somebody like pops up? I just got so paranoid.
Um,
uh
is Year of the Witching scary, or is it more of just like spooky vibes, or is it like actually scary?
and also I agree with your sentiment about sticking to YA because I love YA and I haven't read a YA horror yet. I want to read Sadie.
I read Sadie, so good.
Yeah,
I
is it like
listened to it on
scary
audiobook.
or
I listened to it on audiobook. I wouldn't say it's scary, it's disturbing. Like
ooh.
because of the content, it's really like messed up and like I don't know if you have siblings, but like I have a little sister.
Mhm.
And so like imagining that being her, I was like sick.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
it was,
that
I think I gave it 4 stars. You should read Burn Our Bodies Down.
mm, who's
Um,
that by?
it's by Rory Powers. She did Wilder Girls. So
Okay, yeah.
I was disappointed by it, but once again, after I thought about it, I was like, okay, that was good. It's like pretty
Like, after fact, in hindsight. That's interesting how, like, your thoughts of a book develop like that after. For me, like, when I read a book, I have a certain feeling about it, right? And I give it a rating based on that feeling. And then, because I typically don't read reviews until after I'm done reading a book because I don't
me.
want it to, like, persuade my thinking. So I write out my review, right? And before I post it to Instagram or wherever, my blog, I go to look at the reviews and see what other people thought about it. And they pick like a lot of people pick up on so much stuff that I don't even think about. And I'm like, that's a good point. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that. Or, and I was like, dang, now should I rethink my rating because it's like even though I didn't notice it and it didn't affect my opinion of it, now that I know and like now that I like see that perspective, like I agree. And it's like, I don't know.
I'm kind of the same way, but I feel like I like to post my review and my rating before I read other people's because I rate
Mhm.
purely like if I enjoyed it and then like if there's
Yeah.
anything problematic, I'll point that out. But like if there's some type of writing that's not like the best and I still enjoyed it, I'm not going to lower it because of that. You know what I
That's a
mean?
good point. Like, I was in a buddy read for Mexican Gothic, and I really enjoyed the book. But a lot of people thought it was so weird, and it had like not problematic, but just like some of the elements, like, oh, okay, it says Mexican Gothic, but like the setting could have been like in Ohio. You can't even really tell because it's not really descriptive of that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess that affects my score, but really, I still love the book, so I don't know. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I get that. For me, I'll like change a rating higher if it sticks with me and I'm like randomly thinking about it. Because a lot of the books I read, once I'm done reading them, I don't think about them again, you know? But
Yeah,
books where I'm like a week later, I'm like, oh my gosh, remember that scene or that? I'm like, wait a minute, that deserves like an extra star probably.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So she said it's not really scary yet, just horror elements.
Oh, for
See,
the Year of the Witching.
that sounds good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
I
what
want
I
to read
like.
that one. I'll add it to my shelf. Where is it? My shelf. My TBR
So
shelf.
I moved up to Colorado from Florida, and in my mom's house I have my library, which I have like I would say like 1,100 books.
Mm.
But all I brought up here, I only have like 20 physical books.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I have to like plan a road trip to bring my library up here, but of those I would say literally like 500 are unread. It's
Then you
bad.
get it. You get it. And here I am still buying more books. It is what it is.
Anna
All right.
Dressed in Blood by
So
Kendar Blake. Kendar Blake sounds so familiar. What did she write?
is that a scary book? Sounds scary.
What has she written? Oh, she Three Dark Crowns.
Oh, I've seen that book everywhere. Anna Just in Blood.
I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh, it came out in
I like
2000.
that cover. 2011, yeah. Ghost story, horror fiction. That looks good.
Yeah, it does. Oh, great. Another book on my TBR.
Let me add that to my list. And it was in 2011. Like if I keep going further back, I'm just never gonna finish. Like I can't even keep up with this year's releases.
It's cheap on Amazon. It's only $10. The
Oh
hardcover's
yeah.
$8.
Why do they do that? Like
I might buy.
sometimes the hardcover is like cheaper and sometimes the paperback is like $45. And I'm like, why?
It's weird. I paid $30 a book for these hardcovers
Really?
each.
For the
Yeah, it.
from Blooded whatever that
Mhm.
one?
Yeah, I bought the
Really?
first one, the second one for $60. I'm like, ooh, they better be good.
That hurt. That hurt right
Yeah.
there. I got mine. Where did I get mine from? I don't know. They showed up in my door. So I ordered them from somewhere. Probably Amazon, maybe. I don't know. Probably Amazon. It was like $10. 12? 15?
For the paperback?
16. Yeah, $16.
They're expensive paperbacks.
Yeah, not gonna lie. She is a
He's a
ghost, not a spoiler.
Wait, I
Okay.
saw. So she's a ghost and he's a ghost hunter, and then it's a romance. Is that what it is?
Um,
No, I
kinda
don't know if that's true. I'm guessing that.
oh.
'Cause on the
It's
synopsis, it said he hunts ghosts.
oh, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It sounds kinda like, what is it called? Shadow and Bone? No. Serpent and Dove. Sorry, Serpent and Dove, where she's a witch and he's a witch hunter.
I haven't read that. I
No?
own it in
Good.
Florida, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh, it's in Florida. Girl, go get your book.
I know. I'm going to soon.
That's crazy. Okay, let's head into the next sprint. Alrighty. Everybody pick up your books. Enjoy. Wait. right, that's 20 minutes. These 20 minutes happen really quickly.
This book is getting spicy.
Ooh, spicy. For me, something's actually happening now. Like something happened, and I was like, "Oh,
Are you getting
all right."
some
It made me
dialogue?
want to pay attention. I am getting a little bit more dialogue, yes. It's still very like paragraphy. Like, look at that long paragraph,
Oh man.
and but like the what's this called? The dialogue is in the paragraph, so it's like I don't know. It's just the writing is different. That I'm used to, but it's not bad. I really like the story. It's really interesting. I did 10 pages. How about you?
Probably like 7.
Yeah. What about everybody else? Ooh, we have another viewer. Hey.
How many
Who
pages did
you?
everyone read?
Yes, please tell us.
I just saw your comment about mass market paperbacks going up. How much are you seeing those for? Because I typically see them for like $7 or $8.
Some books are a little bit pricier though, and I don't even like mass markets. They're oddly shaped, or
Yeah,
not shaped, like size is weird.
I have like 3 of them, and they're all historical romances. Um, but I don't mind them once I'm reading them. Like when I read Outlander, I read that in a mass market, and I didn't mind it.
For me, the only reason I have some mass markets are books that I've had for a while and um, books that I find in thrift shops, like older books, like Agatha Christie books, like the little tiny ones. They're like this. And I love those. And they're like falling apart, but I don't care. They're like kind of classics. So
I love that.
I like those.
Yeah, they feel like they have more character.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you reading again? Hold on, wait. Carrie, oh, she said she got distracted. Girl, same.
I was distracted too. My phone kept going off.
My husband just got home and he took the dogs, so that distracted me. And also, I finished all my popcorn, so I'm very sad.
I
So I
had my
decided to chew gum now.
I had my husband bring me a snack, so he brought me a snack.
Yay! What do you bring you?
He brought me like pretzel chips, like the thin ones, and then he brought me like a mini Snickers.
Oh, nice. I wish that I could have some snacks, but I ate them all, so it's fine.
$7.99, but they're going up. See, I think $8 is crazy, because those must be super cheap to print.
They should be like no more than like $5 or something.
$5, yeah.
Yeah.
The day I have to pay $10 for a mass market, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I mean, I was at Barnes and Noble the other day, and I think it's because the mass markets look different now. Like they're longer and like thinner. I don't know. Before they used to be not that long. I don't know. They're long now. And maybe that's why like they changed the way that they were made.
I have no
So
idea.
that's more expensive. I don't know. I don't really like I don't go into that section of the bookstore.
I'm gonna get you into romance. That's my goal.
Oh geez. Good luck.
I
Like I
don't.
said, I'll probably start in February. Like February will probably be when I'll pick up some romances. Until then, if I do read a romance, it'll probably be like just more uh I guess like more mainstream ones, like the Unhoneymooners and whatever, like that. Because those are the ones with the nice covers.
I'm telling you, so many romances have such cute covers. Like, I don't know what romance you're looking at that has like the creepy symbol.
Listen, okay, let me look up like what I'm talking about because ay, ay, ay. This is when I think romance, I think of this that I'm gonna show you. This is what I think when I think romance. You see that?
What are those?
I don't
No.
know. I literally searched romance novels and those are the first two pictures. So even Google understands that's what I see. And
I'm
then so
breaking out
like
in
none of this looks appealing to me. I'm sorry. Like no, 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 no.
not oh wait, I actually own that one, Rogue on Fifth Avenue. That's a good book.
See, there you go.
But
But
that's the one I'm talking about.
I wouldn't look at it and be like, "Oh, I want to read that." But maybe I should not judge a book by its cover because I'm a huge judger by like, okay, she's talking about historical romance or contemporary romance. Who is? Me? Are those historical romance, contemporary romance? Or
For what? Mass market? I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
I was talking about historicals.
Oh, you were? Okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, look, man, you recommend me some that have covers that don't look like that.
I will. Look at this cover.
It's not my cup of tea. Because
Man,
I'm a huge like cover looker at her. I don't know if that
I
makes
don't know
sense.
if you'll be able to see. This one's super cool.
Oh
With, like,
yeah.
snakes and stuff. That's a romance.
That's romance?
Mhm.
See, that does not look like a romance. I would pick that up.
They're like rebranding. It's not all
That's
people.
good. But see, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Like they're rebranding because they've all looked like that forever. So at least that's
But that's
my
like
interpretation of it.
historical romance covers. And once again, you really can't judge.
It's true, it's true. It's true. But I do judge them. I judge a
Yeah,
book by its cover
Rogue on Fifth
hugely.
Avenue is a really good one. She read it too.
Cool. I'll think about that, you know.
I mean, if when you're in February when you're reading romances, I wouldn't say start with historical because those are hard to get into for some people.
Yeah.
Fantasy romance does have nice
and
covers.
fables of romance. Yeah. So see, that's I don't think of those books as romances. I guess maybe I should because I think they're more fantasy than they are romance, but they are kind of both, right? So I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's like the Hunger Games.
is that a romance?
Yeah, it's a dystopian romance.
Oh Lord.
At least I
So
would
just
say.
because there's some sort of love story in it, it's considered a romance?
It's like how much does the love play into the story? Like how important is it? Because like
Like, are they doing this to save the person that they love kind of deal like that?
yeah, and like how much are they talking about how much they like them or like yeah, what's driving the action? I'm trying to think of like I have such bad eyesight. I don't know.
Love triangle, yeah.
It's like Harry Potter is clearly not a romance, but there's romance
Right.
in it.
Right.
And that's why it's not a romance because it's not a big deal at all.
Because it has nothing to do with the plot. Like if you took the romance out, the
It
plot would still
doesn't change
exist.
anything.
Right.
Exactly.
That makes sense. So then Serpent and Dove is a fantasy romance because it's literally about the witch and the witch hunter and there's a romance.
Yeah. So that's a romance.
Okay. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, I was just then I guess I do read romances if you categorize them like that, but I was just categorizing them as fantasies. But I mean, if they're fantasy romance, then I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so then the book I'm gonna write is not gonna be a romance. Like it's gonna be mainly fantasy, but it's gonna have romance in it. It's gonna be a big part of the story, but not it's not the main plot. It's not like if you take out the romance, I mean, it would change the story drastically.
Then it's a romance. Then it's a
dang, okay.
But that's good. I feel like fantasy romance is like the most popular genre when you look at YA.
Okay, yeah.
Is it going to be YA or is it going to be
Yeah. I think it's gonna be YA. I feel
Yeah.
like that's I resonate with YA more. So yeah, I think that's the okay, so then it's gonna be fantasy romance. Good. You really
second?
want to read Serpent and Dove? Yes, read Serpent and Dove. It's so good. I'm going to read Blood and Honey, which is the second book in the series.
I love those covers.
this month now.
They're so
They're
cute.
so pretty. Like, it's beautiful. See, if more romances had covers like that, I'd pick them up.
Well, then you need to become a cover designer. Because it's such as
Girl.
authors, unless they're independent, they get no say in the cover. So they could write something amazing and then they have a shitty team and they give them an ugly cover and then no one buys it. It's not their fault.
Really? They don't have a say in their own cover?
Not unless you're independent.
So if I go to a publisher, they're gonna be like, "This is what your cover's gonna be like.
Yeah.
Deal with it, bye."
Yep.
But if I don't go to a publisher, like my book's gonna go nowhere. Like,
well,
odds are.
you can publish it yourself. Like,
No, I know, but like marketing is gonna be significantly less if I don't,
yeah. I mean, like, absolutely. But
so it's like, where do I take the hit in the visual aspect or the recognition it gets?
I mean, it's crazy because they typically just look at what's popular and trends of other covers, and then they like kind of not copy it, but copy it. So it just kind of depends on what's popular at the time of publishing. Yeah, she said you don't have a say.
Right, yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to think of an example of like ugly covers that hindered like the selling of the books. Oh, I have a question for our sprint. What do you think of the new ACOTAR covers? Yeah.
Okay, look. Here's my thoughts. Okay. They are not, and this is I'm sure what happened. Sarah J. Maas had probably no like input in what happened. I was reading about it, so apparently it was what's this called? Tattoo artist who did the covers. Listen, the covers are not ugly. I do not think that the covers are ugly. The covers are nice. The art is beautiful. I like that cover and the art. It looks nice. The design is pretty. But it has zero to do with the story, in my opinion. Some people have been telling me, oh, maybe it's because they're tattoos and there's a lot of like tattoos in the story and stuff. It's like, yes, but
Asian inspired.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, it looks very like it has a lot of Asian influence in the design, and that does not relate to the story at all. Firstly, secondly, I understand why they changed the covers halfway through the series. It's because it got reclassified from YA to new adult. So I understand that too. And because they brought out a new book with a new classification of genre, and it's like they already have all the covers for this book. They're not going to put the old cover out. I understand that too. Am I happy about all this? No. Well, I'm not happy about any of this.
I don't like the old covers either. I actually bought the like fan art covers from like the Bookish shop or something, and those are beautiful. But
I'm gonna probably have to do that. But another thing is that like I have them. You like the new covers more?
I don't like them. Does that make sense?
Oh, you don't.
They're better.
You don't like the old covers, but you don't like the new covers more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. I mean,
and like
everything I said.
I really think it makes it look like it's an Asian inspired fantasy, and that's just not right to pull in. Like, I mean, some people genuinely just buy it because of the cover.
That would be me. I would be one of those. I'd be like, oh, look, a book about Asian love. I don't know. And then I wouldn't get it because it has nothing to do with it. So I don't know. I wish the design would have been different.
We could have done so much better. So much better.
Yeah. I wish S.J. Maas would have kept those designs for maybe a new book she was going to put out that had Asian stories in it, but not this one. For me, it doesn't make sense for this one. But I also don't agree with a lot of the hate that they gave the artist. That, oh man, there's a lot of S.J. Maas lovers that really went in on this guy and like his art and stuff. And it's like,
it's not his fault. He got contacted and was like, hey, we want to commission book covers. He was probably stoked,
He's gonna make his money, and that's all good and dandy. So you don't need to attack the guy. You need to attack the publishers and be like, hey, publishers, stop doing this because we don't like it. Has nothing to do with either the author, clearly, or the guy. So that's where I draw the line. I'm like, don't be hateful, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm definitely a judge a book by its cover person typically. So I am a little biased with covers. And that's why I'm hoping, okay, if I do self-publish, I have a friend who's a digital designer and I'm gonna probably have him do it and we can work together to create a cover that, is what I want.
I
But
really
yeah.
think I really think the covers for ACOTAR should have been the Charlie Bowater illustrations.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
her you should I don't know if it's a female artist or a male. I think it's a female. You should look up her work. She does the covers for like have you seen The Princess Will Save You?
Yes.
She does those illustrations and
And
she does,
and like did she also do Sorcery and Thorns or something like that? Because
I
they
think
look very
so. I think
similar.
so. I think that's her.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I like that work.
that should have
Looks
been
good.
the new covers in my opinion.
That looks good. See, maybe that's what I'll do instead. I'll get like one of those like fan art people and be like, "Hey, this is my character. Imagine it for me. Draw it, and let's put it on my cover." So, she said her old covers had a girl in a dress on them. Yeah, that is what. Have you pre-ordered the newest book from her? Yes, I did.
I haven't
Despite all of this, I did.
I haven't pre-ordered yet because I don't even know if I'll be here in when does it come out?
February
I don't know if I'll be
16.
here on
Why do I know that?
February.
It's just in my brain. Um, yeah, I get you. No, yeah, I pre-ordered it because it's signed and she never signs anything
No, it's
apparently.
not.
Yes, it is.
If you
And
pre-ordered
they're
through
they're
who?
sold out.
Oh,
Yeah, Barnes& and Noble and, Books A Million
I
both
literally
had
did not know. I didn't
pre-ordered.
see that anywhere that they were signed
Pretty
ever.
sure they're signed. I hope they're signed because it was $25.
See, I'm pretty angry
So
because I got a book, what was it? Dark Dawn I pre-ordered and he was like every single copy will be signed no matter where you buy it. And so I
nice.
pre-ordered through Barnes and Noble and it got to my house and it was not signed.
You need to go tell him something.
I emailed like the support and I never got a response.
No, email him.
Email Jay Kristoff?
Yeah,
He's a
do
busy
it.
man.
He'll answer. Oh, did you see my story recently?
Which one?
Okay, I ordered. That was very vague. Of course, you said.
I walked
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're like, which one, Jessica? What are you talking about? Okay, so I I ordered Illuminae, the series, and I got them from Amazon. I got Gemina from Amazon, but through Goodwill because it was used.
I did see that.
You did see that, right? Okay, I was like, I know you saw that story, and it came signed. Girl, what? It came signed. I was like,
That's
"Ah."
crazy.
By both of them, Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman.
Amy
I was like,
Kaufman? That's amazing.
whoa, that was like that made my day. Seriously.
She
Made my day.
confirms they are signed. That is not fair.
Yeah, they're signed, and I think
Jen.
they're sold out. Yeah, she said they're sold out too.
Mm-mm.
Sorry. Yeah, like as immediately when it came out, and there's two versions. The Books A Million has a version with Asriel's point of view,
Mm-hmm.
and then Barnes and Noble version has Feyre and Reese point of view at the end of the book.
Oh my
So
god.
I got the Asriel one because I'm like, we've had enough of them.
Yeah, I love
So,
Azrael.
yeah,
So
I'm
cute.
excited.
He's like just a little. I know he's a cinnamon bun in there. You know what I mean?
I'm a Cassian lover. Instead, I feel like Cassian is he aligns more with what I look for in a guy.
Do you
than
like Nesta?
Asriel.
Are you looking forward
Yes,
to it?
I do like Nesta because I think her personality makes sense, and I like that it didn't change throughout the book. He's is he the next book? Cassian is, or
Cassian
Nesta and
Nesta.
Cassian are in the next book, and then Asriel's point of view is at the end, like as a bonus. I don't know if the next book is coming out in just Nesta's point of view or if it's coming out in Nesta and Cassian's.
I think
know.
it's dual point of view.
It is? Oh,
I-
that'd be nice.
Don't quote me. I think, but I might be wrong.
I will quote you and I will come haunt you if it's not true.
So the only
Yeah.
thing I saw about pre-order was that it was like a pin that you get if you pre-order like an ugly little pin.
I did see that too. An
I
ugly
was
little
like,
pin.
So I was like, I'm not gonna pre-order if I don't know if I'm gonna be here for a pin. Like,
Yeah.
that's just me.
No.
So I didn't
It's
pre-order. I
autographed.
should have. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so
you should
angry.
have. You should have. But it's okay. It's too late now.
I know. I'll just buy it for $300 on eBay.
Probably, yeah. I mean, oosh. I'm not selling mine. I'm just upset that like all the books I have are um words escape me. Oh Lord. The opposite of hardback?
Paperback?
Yes, there you go. Paperback. Wow. They're paperback, and then the new one that's coming out is hardback. So I'm like, they're not gonna match even more. Like it's not only
Ooh,
is it
and
a different cover, but
those are nice paperbacks too. They're so floppy.
they're so floppy. I
I
love
was
it.
so mad because I annotated all 3 of the paperbacks, and then I also had the hardbacks in Florida. And I
Mhm.
annotated the first 3 like so deeply on my first reads of them. And like they were tabbed up, underlined, I wrote things, and I lent the first one to a friend.
No, you didn't. Why did
I
you do
am
that?
such an idiot. That was the first and last time I lent it to a friend. And like a month later, I was like, "Did you finish?" And she's like, "No, not yet." A month later, I'm like, "Did you finish?" "No, not yet." And I'm
Listen.
like, "Hey, what happened to the book?" She's like, "No, not yet." And then I moved. And I'm like, I guess I'm never getting that back.
Oh no. Oh no, I'd be so upset. Well, I actually just let my friend, who's not a book reader. I mean, she reads books, but not like avidly. It's like she'll read like a book a year or something. And I was telling her, she's been at home and stuff, and I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna give you some of my books that I really like. I gave her The Unhoneymooners, gave her Silent Patient, and I gave her Crescent City. I was like, Crescent City is one of my favorite books so far
I haven't
of
read
this
it.
year. Oh my god, it's so good.
I
It's
own it,
also
but I haven't read it.
800 pages. It's a
That's why I have
long
I
book.
opened the
Yeah.
book, I read like the first chapter, and it was all info dumping, and it was so tiny. I'm like, I'll come
Let
back.
me tell you, that is exactly how it is for like a good 200 pages. It's just a lot of information that you're getting in the beginning, but it's worth it at the end. You're like, or like once it picks up, you're like, oh, okay, I needed all that information.
And that's what everyone said to me, but
Mm. Also, it was really mind tripping me because it came out as a new adult book, and I guess they print those differently than young adult books. But like the pages, like it's 800 pages, right? Compared to like a Quarter Wings in Ruin that's 700, or yeah.
mhm.
So it's like a Quarter Wings in Ruin is like a thick, thick book, and then you have Crescent City, which is more pages, 100 more pages, and it's like short, like smaller. And
Oh,
I'm
it's like
like,
5
it's because they
pages.
use really thin pages, and that was trippy to me. Because I was like, I
Care,
felt like I
care
wasn't making
if
progress.
you know the next book after Cassian and Nesta.
No, I don't know if there's gonna
No
be a.
idea who it's
I
gonna
heard there's
be.
gonna be like 5 more books, right, or 4?
I have no idea. I
I don't
wonder
know,
if
but
it better not be another trilogy following them. You know what I mean?
oh, that'd be
Since
too
it's
much.
a trilogy of Feyre, I don't want a trilogy of Nesta.
I don't know. I would like to see a story about more,
Oh my
just like
god, Queen. She's my
following
favorite.
more.
Yep,
Yeah.
she's the
Like
best.
following more and her advancement and stuff like that. I have the last Throne of Glass book. I really want to read Crescent City. I have not started Throne of Glass. I haven't. It's. I have
I haven't read that either.
I have 4 of the books on my shelf. I have another one coming in. I want to get them all before I start them, because then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna binge them all, like just straight back to back, read nothing else
That's
for
a
like a month.
lot.
You know.
Those are big books. Because I feel like they have Bible pages too. Like they are very thin, tiny font.
Right.
I
Oh,
just get
geez.
overwhelmed. The only reason I
I
read
get
Akatar was
overwhelmed.
because someone told me back in the day that it was like Beauty and the Beast, which it's not. But
The
that's why I
first
picked
book
it up.
is. The first book is like Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think the second one is like Hades and Persephone type of deal. And then I don't
Oh,
know what
that
the third
makes
one
so
is.
much sense.
The third one is supposed to be like a retelling of the Trojan War or something like that, or some sort of war, which is
Wow, I
why it's
feel
like
so
so
dumb
war
for
related.
that. But
I
after
didn't know that either. I saw some other bookstagrammers say that, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, but I don't know what this one's supposed to be after the Ness and
I wouldn't
Cassian.
mind getting an Elaine book too. I like her a lot, and I want to see what's going on with her being a seer. Oh, spoilers, sorry. Cut the
I'm
camera.
assuming everyone here read these books, right? Oh, there's 6 people on now. Oh, hello. Whoops.
I feel like you can't spoil
Anyway.
ACOTAR. Everyone's read ACOTAR. If you haven't, I'm sorry.
I mean, I just recently read it, so I mean, I don't have to disagree with you there. But and I just got like a few people into it, so they're also reading it, and they're telling me like, "Oh my God, Tamlin," and I'm like,
I was the same way. I was like, I'm in love with Tamlin. I literally painted him like on canvas because I was in love with him. And then after
I would love it. Oh, so we ruined something for her. Whoops. You didn't hear nothing.
She won't remember that.
Yeah, you won't remember. You won't remember. Who? She did what? Nothing.
I feel so bad. I'm genuinely so sorry. I hate being spoiled.
Did you see my recent reel? That was no.
Yes.
It was like it was like reading. If you guys haven't seen my recent reel, go watch it. It's basically what she did. She spoiled the book, and then you're reading the book, and you're like, "Oh wow."
And I've been spoiled so much lately. I really should watch myself.
It's all right. But yeah. Anyway, no, I want to read all the Throne of Glass books, and then hopefully by that point we'll get another Crescent City book, and then I can spend my whole life on that.
So have you read what was I gonna ask? Have you read The Mortal Instruments? All of Cassie Clare's books? Because I haven't read a single one, and I feel so left out. Like I haven't read so many books.
I had actually just posted a story about that yesterday or today. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna read those books because like I want to know about the story. It sounds really interesting, yada yada. But it's a huge commitment because it's like 13 books, like 3 different stories. And B, I don't like the covers. I don't like the covers. They are those covers that I told you I don't like. They have the people and they're all looking flowy in the wind, and I just don't vibe with that.
So. Those are kind of cringy, especially like the first couple books. Like it's just a shirtless guy with like a fake tattoo.
Right. I'm like, I'm not about that. But you know what? I think that's how before YA rebranded, I feel like that's how a lot of it was. You know, so it's just
it was like a lot of like eyes, like up close eyes, and like models standing with like flowing dresses. That's
and then,
like all
and the people with like their head, like you can't see their head or something. Like it's just their body. Like all the Chosen series, like or Chosen marked. I don't know those books. You know what I'm talking? The House of Night.
That was my favorite series in middle school. Loved it.
I love that. I love that series. Horrible. Yeah, they suck, but it was nice to read though. But yeah. Anyway, who else is on here? Tell us your name and what you're reading.
Like... Okay, Carrie said no one will know what I'm talking about, so I don't feel bad.
Good, but I do want to see a story about her and seeing who she ends up with, because without spoiling anything, there are 2 potential suitors, and we don't know which one she ends up with. So I want to know. You know?
Yes, we do.
What? No, we don't. Wait, hold on. Pause. I haven't read the 4th one, the novella. So if it happens there, don't tell me.
I promise that nothing happens in the novella.
Then we don't know who she ends up with.
Yes. Okay. I'll just, maybe I'm confused.
We're talking about Elaine, right?
Mm-hmm. Who do you think her 2 potential people are?
That's real. Nobody heard anything.
When does Elaine have something with Azriel?
It's hinted at the entire book.
No, it's not.
What? You need to go reread Aquawar. Because girlfriend. Really? She like even Carrie's like, yes.
Love triangle, what?
Yes. What? How did you miss that?
Because isn't Azriel in love with someone else?
Yes, but if you missed the part where who he's in love with is not gonna.
I understand why she's not available, but I'm just saying I think it made him get over her.
I love that we're speaking in code, but also, also, you don't think that after like 500 years he's ready to? And then it's been hinted, like
I must
it
have
was
missed.
hinted throughout the whole book.
I must have missed the hints because
He's
I
been
was
like
clearly Sheen.
zoned in on her and stuff, and like making sure she was all right. It's just reread the book.
I
It's
have.
fresh in my mind because I just read it like last month.
Yeah,
So.
I don't even know when I read them. I think in like 20.
Actually, no, I read it this month. Jesus, this month has been so long that I don't even remember what happened. But I read it this month, so it's like one of the first books I read this month. Yes, you need to read it so you can join us again, and
We
then we
should
can talk
do.
more.
Yeah, we should host a reread in preparation for the new book.
Girl, I just finished reading it. I ain't doing myself.
Oh
I
my
ain't doing
god!
that to myself.
How did I just forget that? Maybe I would say I'd host one, but like 3 people see my story a day.
There's actually a reread being hosted, like a math reread being hosted by I don't know who or where, but it's on Instagram,
Oh, I haven't
and
seen
it's
it.
like a bunch of people, and it's like they're hosting a reread for it specifically for the new book coming out.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll join
They have like
that.
a whole timeline and everything. I don't remember what it was or who it was, but it was like 6 people hosting it.
I'm just always like, I have so many books to read that I don't want to reread. But
Right.
you know The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so it's my favorite book of all time. And
Okay,
like,
I'm writing this down.
but like you have to like a certain type of writing to like it because there's not really like a plot. It's more like it's very whimsical and it's like flowery writing. It's really beautiful, but like it's my favorite book ever. I've been wanting to reread it, so I bought a second copy so that I can read it. And I'm like, this is stupid. I have like 30 books I need to read this month. But
That's a reel somewhere, but yes, I agree. I haven't gotten to the point where I want to reread something because it's just like, again, like I have this whole shelf. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll reread anything for a while.
I know,
But I
and I
have
think
noticed that like reading through ACOTAR and like ACOWAR and whatever, I did say to myself, I need to reread these books. Like there's so much information that I know I'm gonna forget. Like and the same with Crescent City. I know I'm gonna have to read it again before the new one comes out because I already forgot half the things that happened. So
and I feel like once you read it and you can like see different things. Like
pick
in
up
the
on
first
clues.
book with Tamlin, like you can see stuff that you didn't see on the first read.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah,
But like so many
maybe
people I
one.
follow reread like Harry Potter and like Percy Jackson and stuff
I haven't even read Harry
so
Potter
many
once.
times.
So
You've never read Harry Potter?
I've read like the first 2 books, and I was gonna start the 3rd one, but then all this stuff with J.K. Rowling started, and I was like,
Oh
no,
no.
now I left a bad taste in my mouth. But they're sitting up there. Look, they're backwards,
So
so you
like
can't see them.
this is crazy. So I'm in a Facebook group for romance books.
Mhm.
And I literally just got in a fight with like 3 middle-aged women because we were talking about what's their name? Jamie Maguire, the author, and she is racist. She's
I
openly
feel like I
racist.
heard about her. What book did she write?
Beautiful Disaster.
Yes, I heard about her. I think I reblogged or reblog, what am I on
So
Tumblr?
she's
Retweeted
racist
something about her, yeah.
and a horrible person. And someone was like, "Hey, what did Jamie Maguire do?" So I came in with the receipts. I posted like, and I had like 3 women that were like, "I'm not gonna judge her because of that. She doesn't have racism in her books." And like, I'm like, you can't support someone and not agree with, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things
Yeah.
that are non-negotiable. Like, um, so
Yeah.
it posed the question. A lot of people in the comments were like, "Well, I own the book. Can I read it?" You know?
Look, my thoughts on that is I'm not gonna. I already have all the Harry Potter books, so I'm not. And I bought them from like a thrift store, so none of my money went to her directly anyway. That's firstly. Secondly, if I read it, I'm gonna read it for myself because I want to absorb the books, but I'm not going to promote that. I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, I just read Harry Potter," or "Oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that Harry Potter," because I feel like that would be adding fuel to fire. I don't see the need to promote that and be like talking about it openly in that way because I don't agree with the author's views, and so I'm not going to associate myself with that author and her work.
Mhm.
Period. End of story. But if I read the books, I'm gonna read the books when I read them, but it has nothing to do with anybody else or her. I'm not gonna go out and buy Harry Potter paraphernalia. Like it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. I
Yeah.
already went to Universal Harry Potter, so I don't need to go there again. So it's like I'm not gonna be promoting that stuff. And I feel like that's where people probably have different opinions on that. Some people have burnt her books and like not. I mean, I don't know about all that. I feel like at the end of the day, I don't support the author, and I'm not gonna be talking about her books. Um, but I do have them, so I don't know. I'm
That's
probably gonna
essentially
read
where
them.
like, I'm kinda there. I don't know, at the same time, like, um, a black girl commented and responded to a comment, and she was like, "It you have to be privileged to not you have to be privileged to read books that are knowingly written by, like, horrible people." Um,
Yeah.
and so that was, like, a new point of view because I was like, "Well, if I already have the book or I buy it secondhand, it's not supporting them, and then don't talk about it like you said." But I don't know. So I'm just kind of staying away from.
That's a good point, yeah. That's why I haven't read it because it's like, I don't know if I should
Yeah.
even waste my time because I kind of already know what happens in the book anyway because, I mean, I haven't seen the movies either, but I'm not going to now, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, and B, like, I have so many other books.
Yeah.
So it's like I could probably dedicate my time better towards a book and an author that deserves it instead of that. So it just sucks because when I looked up, like just her work is everywhere, and like she's the
Yeah.
highest paid author, and she has like all these things after her and after her work, and it's like to use that your platform, such a large platform, in such a negative and hateful way. I mean, that's just
It's
to me
nuts.
that's ridiculous.
It's nuts, especially because, her books are so widely loved that not just people in the book community have read them. Like everyone has read
Yeah.
Harry Potter and knows what Harry Potter
My
is.
dad knows what Harry Potter is, and he speaks
Exactly.
Spanish only. Like, we watched, I think, the first movie together in Spanish when I was a little kid and stuff. Like, her work has gone, through many different channels, and a lot of people know about it. So yeah, but like it was all over schools, like people, everywhere. And and it's still even like there's so many TikToks out with like Harry Potter right now, and it's like there's so many things that are still happening around that world, and it's like people don't know how to navigate this because there's entire businesses made up of basically Harry Potter. I mean, what is Universal going to do?
They're
Do
not
they
going to do
stand
any.
with
They're
her,
not
or are
going to
they going to
do
take
anything.
away?
They're not
No,
going to do
yeah,
because of so much. It's all about money, and so like
exactly.
the way I view it, it's like there are so many better, smaller authors to support than like
Mhm.
J.K. Rowling, who's literally, I don't know, is she a billionaire? Like,
I
she
mean, I
has.
don't know. She's the highest paid author ever to exist, and I think she's like the one of the highest paid women or something in the entertainment industry or something like that.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Something around that. Yeah, I was seeing it the other day because I was searching something, and then one of the little, Google like suggests questions for you, and then you click on it. That was one of the suggested questions, and I was like, huh. Click the and it's yeah, it said J.K. Rowling, and I was like, she's like one of the highest paid entertainers, and I was like, oh, damn. But I feel like at some point you should, show some appreciation for different authors. There's many more books out there that are better and that have a less problematic story by a less problematic author. So we should show them love.
And then people were commenting on that post and they're like, stop being controversial, like don't bring politics into it. And it's not politics and it's
That's
not
not politics.
controversial. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's nothing to do with anything.
Like, these are human lives we're talking about. That's
Exactly.
not politics.
I
I'm
was getting
sorry.
so angry and I'm like, okay, I need to remember to like,
Breathe, breathe.
yeah.
Listen, I don't fight with Karens. It's just,
But I
I
got all the
tried once.
screenshots. Ugh.
I tried once. There was this lady who was all like, "All lives matter," and I'm like, and I got into it, and I just kind of gave her a different perspective, and like, hey, like look at it this way, like maybe this will make more sense, if you take this perspective. And it was like talking to a wall, um, because there was just no getting through that. And I mean, listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but when it comes down to, and I think this is something I put on my stories recently, like you're entitled to your opinion, but like human lives are not a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Like racism, sexism, homophobia and stuff like that. Like none of that is
It's
is is is
non-negotiable.
opinion. Yeah, like
Yeah.
no, you can't bargain with that. You can't reason your way out of that. Like no, like it's these are people. So if if somebody if it was something against them, they would, probably fight for it just like how everyone else is fighting for it. So it's like I wish that people would take that into account and take that perspective, but unfortunately, not everyone is smart.
I think it totally is just if it doesn't affect me, why should I care kind of thing. Um, I feel really lucky. I feel like in this community, everyone is so educated for the most part, and so we all kind of share the same views on
Mhm.
human rights. At least I hope so.
There was recently actually yesterday, there was like a whole scandal with some lady she said that she's a bookstagrammer. She openly said that she's a Republican and stuff. And like, look, you can be a Republican all you want. I have no problem with Republicans. But the things that she said in particular, like her post was she was like saying, oh, I'm pro Trump, I'm gonna vote for Trump, this and that. And her post like spelled out the name Trump, and she has like very conservative views. And in the books that she added into her list was Glennon Doyle's Untamed. Glennon Doyle is a lesbian. So I mean, if you don't believe in her views and her rights, then you shouldn't be using her book to promote your political standpoint. So that was a lot of the comments that
who
people were
who
saying,
was
right?
who was that? Can you name
Who was the
drop?
bookstagrammer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow her. She's good, thank God. But
Yeah,
I
I wanna make
never
sure
followed
I
her.
don't.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I looked and 45 of my followers follow her. So I was like, "Eesh, y'all need to check yourself." But listen, I don't know. Her name is like Marta or something, or Mary, or I don't know, something like that. Everyone's calling her Karen though. But anyway, um, if I find it, I'll send it to you. But she was posting all this stuff, and it's like, and then she like hid her comments, right? So like nobody could comment anymore, and it's like, and then she was in her stories saying, oh, but you should allow for open discussion, and I should be able to voice my opinion. And it's like, well, then why are you shutting down like anyone else
Yeah,
who wants
voice
to
your
talk
opinion,
about
but
it?
let other people voice their opinion.
Right. It's not just whatever you say that goes. And it's like, so that was one of the things where it's like, again, like human lives are not political, but not everyone understands or believes that, and that's the sad part. But yeah. Anyway,
Well, I voted.
me too. I voted the day that early voting started.
I
August,
since I'm
no,
in
October
Colorado,
13th.
but I'm registered in Florida, I
Mhm.
had to like get my ballot mailed here,
Okay.
and then I had to like send it via UPS to my mom so she could put it in the box.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh my god, I literally spent $40 to vote. So
Are you serious? Wait, you couldn't have just submit your ballot like through
not for no, it
USPS?
was too late.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it would have been counted if I sent it in. But I was like,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
voting,
that
so
sucks. Yeah, I mean, I went literally the first day. It was October 13, and I was like, my husband and I were like, let's go, and we just went and we just stood in line for like 5 minutes, and then went in, voted, got out, all done.
nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I just hope that people vote, and that people vote for the future. For
Yeah,
the
I have a
future.
lot of hope because I really feel like the issue in previous elections is just people not voting, you know?
Yes, but the last election, the people's vote did not elect this president.
But it,
The electoral college did.
yeah, exactly. It kind of never does. it always goes the way they want it to.
Yeah, well, it's just because the Electoral College is supposed to represent the smaller people that don't have as big of a voice as the bigger cities, but like that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I we'll see what happens come what is it like 5 days from now, 4, 3, I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh, it's November 2nd, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
that's 3 days,
No, 3rd, November 3rd.
4 days.
Gosh. Oh look, yes, Carrie, vote tomorrow. Do it. Do it, girl. All right. Well, this was fun. Um, I loved talking with you all and reading with you guys. We should probably do this again because
Yes,
it
for
was a lot of
sure.
fun. If anybody wants to join us in the talking, tell us so that next time we can include you.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm not really.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Jess and Carrie and what was it? I forgot your name. What was it? Tell me. I don't remember. Do you see it?
Sylvie.
Sylvie! Yes! Sorry, Sylvie. I'm not good with names. Thank
We
you,
love you.
Sylvie. We love you, Sylvie.
I
And
feel bad
and
for getting
Carrie.
we got kind of heavy at the end, but
We
you
did. I'm
fucked it
sorry.
up.
It was necessary information, though. Just sharing our thoughts. This is an open space for a safe space for talking. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. Bye.
Good
Have a good
night.
night.